Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. It's time to get ready to start the last summon of the Season 9 live summon in the Crew 2 takes on in Mitsubishi Motors Addict. For the 11th manufacturer restricted summon to be featured after previous summons, it's all about 4 kinds of Mitsubishi cars like the Lancer Evolution X, WRC05 to be part as a Rallycross discipline, Eclipse GSX, and the 3000 GT in America, known as the GTO Twin Turbo from Japan. There will be some counting on disciplines will be featured on 6 events along with 3 skills coming in to be on the speed trap onto the tarmac and 2 skills to be locating onto the off-road areas. So better get yourself prepared, you guys. It's all about all-wheel drive performance to be well driven with some good Lan Evo cars and the 3000 GT to be welcome aboard in the Crew 2. Especially to have a good popular choice to have the Eclipse to be welcomed onto the downtown LA East. Luckily for some major changes that everybody is talking about to have the Crew 2 will be going high changes in 50 frames per second. That's right, you guys. I know how you guys are really excited to have a good update to be delivered this July on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. It's going to be coming in soon to be part of year number 5. So I hope at the end of Season 4, Episode 2 of The Contractor is coming to an end. Season 5 is coming before starting out in the first episode in March 15 is going to be American Legends. Classic and historic moment for every drivers in the Motor Nation. As you may ever new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you really want to see more. Feel free to enjoy anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the live summon event, and let's begin. Since we got the Eclipse, 2 types of Lancer Evolution X will be featured in the bundle event comes in to have 20% off at the discount. Only one more card left to go, and this will be a very good collection to be on the Mitsubishi lineup. First up, the Eclipse GSX 1999. Street race discipline, 210 horsepower and a top speed of 139 miles per hour. And it's a very good choice to have a classic JDM car to be part in America to have all kinds of different custom exterior parts. Especially to have a good livery from the Fast and the Furious to be driven by Paul Walker, play as Brian O'Connor. But it was a very good car to have a very good match replica to be well putting up with a good livery. So next up, the Lan Evo X Drip Edition 2014. Drip discipline, 295 horsepower and a top speed of 155 miles per hour. And it's an all-wheel drive to have a good capable to be driving on street circuits, especially to be on corners to do some drifting techniques. Fully modified with some custom exterior parts and a livery to be well default. Color in blue. Sounds like a good choice to have a next car to be on the lineup. And last but not least, the Lan Evo Wrc05 2005 in the Rallycross discipline that doesn't show the top speed, and it also includes with 300 horsepower. Very good choice to have an all-wheel drive rally car to be participate in ski jump and Temecula wineries for a special stage. 2 cars already checked, 1 Lan Evo to be on mark and check. 426 $159 bucks is now good to go, and I'm about to be ready to take on to have 6 events. We'll be having all about Mitsubishi cars. So now I have purchased a drip edition of the Lan Evo X. So I'm about to choose the 3000 GT VR4 1994 to be in the street race discipline. 285 horsepower and a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Just like the Lan Evo X in street race and drip discipline. But this will be having a 2-door sports car is going to be needed to be part for today's restricted summit. Just gonna have to choose a color to be selected. Gonna have to go with the blue. Rim selected. Alright, just gonna have to go with the first. But it also costs $325,500 to purchase a single 3000 GT to be added to your collection. But it also to be included with a bundle will be needed to be putting up with some custom exterior parts and vanity as well. So I'm about to buy this car and get everything set up to go over onto the Mitsubishi Motors Addict. Welcome aboard 3000 GT VR4. You're now added to my collection. Back to the 50s is all about old-fashioned racing to have classic cars since we did a good job from last week. 4,000 first place. I cannot believe it, but it was so good and getting closer towards 4,000 place. 4 rewards, including a Back to the 50s tint, is now on the rare, so I'm about to go and collect with some good followers, spare parts, 1 single part, and a vanity tint. So this makes the final event towards at the end of Season 9, you guys. There's going to be having a good final reward before the next update is going to be on to the 5th season of Motorflix. Gonna have to make sure to have some good off-road events and land-based vehicle on the tarmac to have 6 events. We'll be having a good total of 4 off-road events will be equals to have a good opportunity. First up, gonna have to go different car brands to be at the speed trap in LA Harbor. Automatically to be switched over onto the Corvette C7 Stingray to be as a drag race edition. So we finally meet again. Okay, looks like I did remember back then that I just took that speed trap once, and now I have to go again twice. And make sure no getting hit by traffic cars, and that means a contact. Just gonna have to get ready to go burn them up, wait until the green zone to be on the launch, and take off. Let's go high speed nitro. Oh yeah! Very good solid speed of 315.5 miles per hour. Let's see the first activity outcome results. Oh yeah! 100,000 points after having a warm-up onto the preparation attempt. First attempt is successfully well achieved. Now let's go over on to off-road event number 2 at the skill. Conifer Forest Escape. Land-based vehicle. Let's go high speed and take the off-road to have a good different environment area. But there it is. Mountain State to be at Great Basin. Perfect time to choose the best rally raid vehicle ever yet. Let's go on to the vehicle disciplines. Rally raid. Let's check and see which rally raid vehicle am I gonna have to go with. Something might be very good and high speed to go ultra. Jeep Moab Quicksand Concept. That should be good enough. Check on some parts to have some good applied upgrades. Okay, Volkswagen Beetle might be giving a loot digger. Okay, Hoodlum Racing Crew Edition. Hunter 51, so yeah, I'm about to go with the Defender Works V8 70 Edition will be suitable for Escape Skill number 2. Let's turn the engine on. The rain is about to get wet out there. Let's drive away and follow the good route. Passing through onto the forest. Gonna keep a good careful. Absolutely good. Now gonna have to keep climbing up to beat the terrain. Off-road driving style. Oh yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Just gonna have to keep on driving. Quick refill on the nitro. This is how my jam works. Oof. Well, on second thought, rock hit is definitely might be doing much matter. Okay, let's get in there and enter the halo to drive away. Follow on to the same route. This will be doing much brilliant. Keep going at it. Do some handling with doing some off-road extreme driving skill. Main objective complete. Keep going faster and doing some quick refill on the nitro because the short amount is free. Oh yeah, solid work. Now, gonna have to take a good clear spot without getting hit by the rocks. And now, I'm hitting to the desert. Oh yes, extreme jump. I can drive out in style. Driving on sand plus rain equals a good taste of an environment climate. Oh man, so close. 3966 yards. Almost had the chance to be reached up by 4,000. But 100,000 points on skill number 2 is complete and checkaroo. Very good job. And now let's go on to take the solemn in event number 3 skill. Temecula Wineries. Perfect time to start out onto the special stage in the Rallycross discipline. So I'm about to have to choose the Lan Evo Wrc05 after this. So let's switch back over onto the menu. Vehicles, same rally raid discipline, temporarily to be used for the KTM 450 rally. I'll make sure I have to double check. Okay, since I used the Mini Countryman all for racing, so let's exchange part over onto my UDRS rally on the KTM 450. Okay, let's get ready to solemn around the gate I go. Pass through onto the main objective, passing through onto the farmyard. Keep climbing up. Just gonna have to find my line for this part of the course. Objective complete. Coming in onto the road asphalt. Keep solemn around, you guys. That's out the same place what we did back from the previous summits, if we all know the drill. Time to kick it up. Okay, it's gonna get a little bit hidden. This one over there, right past by the farm. Underpass the highway. Good and checked. Keep going. The finish line is just right up ahead. Successful and 23,848 points complete and checked. First activity performance for having a good segment clip. 150,000 added with 4,968 points. So let's get ready, you guys. Mitsubishi time takes on in 6 events. So let's make sure to have some good peeking guess on the details. Temporarily to be used for the WRC05 Mitsubishi Lan Evo at ski jump. And that means, first up, Temecula Wineries for the special stage after having a solemn skills will be having a good reward at 45,000 bucks. Let's get in there, you guys. Grab your Lan Evo WRC05 and get yourself start out onto the last position before you can go faster onto the limit. It's all about all kinds of Mitsubishi cars to be specifically to be on street race or rallycross. It's all about doing some driving techniques to be on the dirt. So let's get ready to choose the WRC05 Lan Evo to be selected to have a good off-road official livery outfitted with a red color tint. But seems to me that it was a crimson tint. So let's go. 3 seconds until ready to go green.
I'll stop talking so you can
Okay,
start
past
driving.
that checkpoint in, and now coming in on the second checkpoint. Okay, very good. We still got a lot of skills to master the Lan Evo Wrc05 to drive onto the corners to be on the surface between the uphill and downhill to be on the special stage Rallycross event. Coming down over onto the hill, stay on track and take a good excellent speed. For the most popular rally cars like Mitsubishi, but its main rival Subaru or Toyota can actually to be take part for having a most competition race to be part in World Rally Championship. But somehow, Subaru also just tried to keep it up by its rival Mitsubishi by having a good different generation models of Subaru Impreza back in the 1990s. But in the year 2005 for this car, it became a most challenging Lan Evo sports car to be outfitted to have a 4-door rally car to be well capable to be as a Group B regulations. Very good performance, going faster onto the dirt tires, and very good challenging to be on the dirt and tarmac asphalt. So now coming in onto the asphalt, kick it up onto the high gear, and halfway through on to 64% in the progression. Time to slow down and take that shortcut, regain control. Very good. I'm so glad that this Lan Evo Wrc05 is now part in the Crew 2 to be having a good different style. Just like any kinds of different Lan Evo cars in the rally-based edition from the previous racing games like Gran Turismo. Especially other kinds of racing games to be part in Mitsubishi to be part of World Rally Championship. But not to mention, it's a very good choice of a car to be having a good Rallycross event in the Crew 2. Coming forward and stay focused to have a nice speed of the boost. How often do you guys really think about Gran Turismo 7? But yeah, it's so much excited I ever took for the first time to have a lot of good planning to do some development. But luckily, I just also to be recently to be stopped at part number 8 to be at Tokyo Expressway for the highway parade. So right now, first activity complete. Now let's go again on to the same event, so I hope I could probably have to do my best for only the first round since I entered onto the special stage rally. It's all about pushing up onto the high efforts. We'll be using Mitsubishi cars for this live summit. But clearly it is doing a lot of fun to have a good recommendation to build up your own video segment. Alright viewers, let's go again for attempt number 2, and this time pushing up and master the corners to be like a true WRC driver to pass on every checkpoint without having a good contact. But clean racing technique is all about doing professionalism in rallycross racing, you guys. Master the course on every route in every checkpoint and you'll be all good for now. Power slide drift. Coming through onto the hill to go down. Better make sure to have some quick refill on the nitro. That will be doing some icon points. We'll have to do some affixes. We'll have to go boost them up by a perk. Early braking in. Slide around by the barrier. Alright. So I have to keep an eye out because this part of the clip may be quite contained as always. Skipping part as a glitch might be having a small error to have a full video segment to keep an eye out. After using nitro, gonna have to keep going faster to be coming over onto the asphalt. 50% at the halfway mark. Jumping in. Quick faster refill will be on standby. And then coming right back at the asphalt. Okay, there you go. Just gonna have to take the right turn and pass through the checkpoint. If anything happens, whenever you're gonna have to go improve your time, but shortcuts will be available for this event if I could probably have to do another round of the video catch-up event. But I'm talking about the 100,000 points to be in the chance. Close call. Now gonna have to use the nitro again. Very good. Get back on the dirt and do some power slide drifting. That's how rally racing is all about when it comes to do some drifting. Master the dirt and tarmac to be in the asphalt, and you'll be all good and proceed forward onto the final stretch. Alright, there you go. First place, 2 minutes and 33.992 seconds. Excellent job on attempt number 2 to be passing through onto 100,000 points to be marked and complete. Now that's Rallycross competition for the Lan Evo Wrc05. One Rallycross event checked, one more to go. Next up, ski jump to be in the same car to be on a different location at the Mountain States. So we're about to be heading off from Temecula, Wineries, into ski resort at Utah onto the Mountain States. So I'll be keep using the same car and get myself ready, and I hope I could probably have to go on to a different course layout to master the tarmac and dirt by a mixture of a challenging rallycross experience.
3, 2,
So let's start and see how the Lan Evo Wrc05 can actually to take on Tuck in first place. Let's start.
Fingers are crossed.
Wow, looks like he's going well. But not that far close. Just gonna have to make one good power slide drift technique and then
Now gain
make a
some
good
separation.
advantage. Here comes the jump. Slow it down and make that hairpin to go in. Alright. Now, that makes a very good, fantastic drifting on the street. But not yet far. The dirt course will have to do the same. Whoever passed this course, that makes a very good 100% grade A complete to be on the 100,000 points in 3 laps to be part on the Rallycross event. So make sure, stay in first place. We'll have to keep using the same car. We'll be doing some strategies if you can ever gonna have to improve your time. Coming in, do that jump again and pull the brakes, slow down at the hairpin. Alright, let's try this again. Any chances to have to go drifting, we'll be doing optional. Shortcut, we'll do the same if anything happens. Alright, final lap, here I go. Let's try to make a good clean run. Oh yeah, Lan Evo makes a good driving off-road dominance. Two minutes have reached. Gonna have to beat my time. It will have to keep a good main progression on the record. Almost there. Time to beat that hill one more time. Absolutely good. Final stretch. Here I go and take the podium. That's the spirit. 2 minutes and 29.612 seconds. Rally raid was too slow. Well, maybe that might be quite doing a fantastic. Rallycross is going fast. Almost had the chance to be at 92,000 points to be getting over onto 100,000. But it will be doing much check and complete to do some follow-up catch-up. Rallycross complete. Now let's go and take on Drift by using a Lan Evo X to be in the Drift edition. Let's start out to be on a good location to be at Red Bull Drift Challenge North. Sounds awesome to me, you guys, but it will have to go extreme differences to have a form of crew to perform a Kaido battle to have a one-make car with using the Lan Evo X. But clearly to have fully modified kit to be well used onto the Drift edition of the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution X in the 2004 model. However, in the year 2015, this car will be completely known as the final edition. But this will make a very good selected car to be in the Big Apple, you guys. Central Park, here I go for the Lan Evo X. It's all about drifting to have one Japanese JDM car to take on in the Big Apple. Let's go Simulation X to drive around the park. Gonna have to keep going like this, stall them around. Gonna have to build up the combo whenever I have to go improvise to do some nitro drift. Alright, very good. Awesome drifting technique. Slide around and make my groove to be dominate onto New York City at the Central Park to have an excellent American Kaido battle. Very good, excellent freestyle corner. Coming in towards at the end of the first lap. 1 minute left. Lap number 1 clear. Now gonna have to go deadline in lap number 2. So you see, style all about drifting in Lan Evo cars is doing some technique work. But I am always gonna have to do some excellent driving style to have to get over onto 100% before the time runs out. Gonna have to keep going. Oh man. So far so close, but that makes 500,000 is doing a good complete check. I am so rocking this good excellent course in the Lan Evo X. So that makes a very good 500,000 points complete to be added with 87,000 points. Good job and a very good excellent new record set. 7 parts for drift category to have all kinds of different organized disciplines in the same class. So that makes 3 events complete on Mitsubishi, only 3 more to go. Next up, it's going to be doing some differences to have a lot of good street racing event after drift event by using the Lan Evo X in the drift edition. Talking about Simulation X is going to be having a good different reference from Initial D second stage, but maybe you guys going to have to watch it because it's all about doing some drift battles to have different car brands to battle with Lan Evo cars. So which street race discipline am I going to have to proceed next, you guys? But there will be having 2, including a mixed event is coming in to be featured. Alright, time for me to get ready to go over onto Central Woods to Armarlo. We'll be having a good 4 event will be listed to take part. So I'm about to choose the 3000 GT VR4 will be selected for today's Mitsubishi Motors Addict. Talking about to have a good classic JDM car to be as the American car. But however, as a pop-up headlights in the 1990s to be as an early model. So let's go over onto the filters to choose the Mitsubishi to be as a recommend. But not to worry, you guys, I'm about to choose the Eclipse GSX later on in the next event to be at number 5. So I'm about to choose the 3000 GT VR4 to have a good classic Gran Turismo 2 race modification style.
3,
But I kind of like this livery. It was
1.
also to be well designed, made by any kinds of good GT players to be giving a good recreation.
You're so gonna win this
So I'm about
one.
to drive this car out and ace that course, driving on the road to have a good nature environment as I moved on. First place, here I come to be at the podium. So very good to have a nice Mitsubishi 3000 GT as the American car to be as formal title as the GTO Twin Turbo from Japan. But it's still only a car. To have a good different name title, to have a specific way to have the Mitsubishi is going to be quite come in handy. Gonna have to pass through. Gonna have to keep right in for having a next checkpoint. No sign of animals coming in on the road, but that means it's all good. Okay, that was a close call because one sign just barely took a single hit. Now, coming in onto the next street by choosing a different route. Central Woods takes place to have a good place for Mitsubishi to be driving around in America for having a good, excellent street race. But it looks to me that the 3000 GT VR4 is an all-wheel drive, just like the Lan Evo cars from previous model generation to be starting out in the 1990s. But hopefully, Mitsubishi designed the GTO Twin Turbo to have a good, extreme high-performance sports car to be well driven onto the road courses, especially to have modifications just like Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2. But only in the Crew 2 to have some different look, to be putting up with some exterior parts to be well fitted to have a good exact replica with livery design just like this one. So I'm about to have a good look to explain about this design after this. But I'm so hyped about this good design, whoever they made it, I could probably have to give a 100% thumbs up by the endorsement. Now, by the looks of the interior view in American version, it also to be driving on the left side, but only on the right side at Japan is definitely might be having some differences between the left or right side versions of the Mitsubishi GTO Twin Turbo or the 3000 GT VR4 as everybody calls it in America and Japan as well to see it. But it's still only having one car to have two different names for having a good different brand to be part of Mitsubishi, to have the GTO will be well driven to be on the right side, and only for America the left side is very good to be having a nice view out there to be explored around in the regions throughout the states. Here comes the final stretch. Here comes the south at the Armarlo. Yeah, looks like this Mitsubishi owns the street to be part of the hobbies. But it was a very good race. I'll make sure I'll have to add this event later on for another round on the follow-up catch-up for the event. Now let's check over onto the DeviantArt app. One moment please. Just give me a second. Okay, well, I guess there it is right there. I just saved an image in the Crew 2 on DeviantArt because that part of the image of the Mitsubishi 3000 GT takes a good stunning image on test course, because it's definitely might be giving a good spot at Little Eagle Speedrome. But it's also to be made by the empathetic cat to be well putting up with a nice excellent snapshot of a blue 3000 GT to have a good excellent reference back in Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2. So let's get ready to go, you guys. Downtown LA East, here I come for the Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX. It's gonna be doing a perfect spot moment, just like the Fast and the Furious to do a drag race. Talking about tuner cars to take part in drag race by having a quarter-mile run. But it will be doing much excellent to have a very good perfection livery to be well fitted to have 781 horsepower and a top speed of 227 miles per hour. Per level at 280 in the street race discipline, so I'm about to have a good choice selected to have a nice car and a good iconic livery. Number 5 is doing a good car number to have a tuner car, just like Brian used for having a drag race to be taking on with Dominic Toretto. Onto the circuit I go. Let's do this.
I'm sending happy winning thoughts.
Looks like I hope I could probably have to take this Eclipse over onto the podium in the bag. Just gonna have to try to stay on it. Shortcuts will be doing much possible after spending a lot of many attempts to build up with some currency credits to build over to have some more cars to be added onto the event bundle. Looks like I'm gonna win this, you guys. I'm gonna win this to have this wonderful Eclipse to go extreme. Oh, solid touchdown and almost giving a 75% clear zone advantage to move on. Time to go understeer onto the tunnels. But yeah, this Eclipse is a drivetrain in the FF layout, but not an all-wheel drive, but an FF layout for this car may be a very good guess. Let's go jump in onto the shortcuts, pass through onto the next checkpoint. Nitro will be at the full used. Okay, coming in. Looks like 3 opponents is still actually trying to keep it up. But I'm still always go faster in every 2 laps. Alright, looks like things are doing well out there to stay in the lead. Always gonna have to go clean racing whenever I can to do some good extreme jump. Now here come again. Extreme jump and giving a good clear street advantage. We'll have to move on. So pumped up. But there are some different livery variants that I'm never gonna have to be used. But there might be a different design on the Mitsubishi Eclipse, as you may ever seen the opening intro of Need for Speed Underground. But it was so epic and awesome to have the Eclipse from stock into some street tuning to have a good livery design to color in purple. But by the looks of it, I kinda like the good excellent showdown intro with the Eclipse takes on a Toyota Supra at Olympic City when traffic cars are coming in. It's all about street racing to have the Eclipse versus Supra to have different style of racing kit modification. But I'm so thrilled that you guys may remember this. It was so nostalgia and epic to have a good excellent first place to be at the podium to take the checker flag. But there it is right now. The Mitsubishi Eclipse, the Fast and the Furious edition, takes first place to have a good 100,000 points complete in the first attempt. But I almost had that chance to get over onto the most perfect point to get under to be at least 98,000 points. But thankfully, that livery makes a good iconic reference moment if any opponent dares to try to catch up to me. So right now, for the final round in Mitsubishi Motors Addict to be on the mixed event, the road to New Orleans. Perfect. That makes two choices to have a good Mitsubishi vehicle will be selected to be eligible to participate. Okay, you guys. So I'm about to get ready to choose one of the best Mitsubishi cars for today's live summon. Since I used the 3000 GT BR4 at Central Woods to Armarlo, Eclipse GSX did a good job in downtown LA East, and that means for only one car from a Drift Edition comes in to have a street race discipline on the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution X to have a different performance level comes in to be at 280 and 650 horsepower with a top speed of 226 miles per hour. But good thing I also brought the third Mitsubishi car to be part in the street race discipline to be part of the lineup. So I'm about to choose the Lan Evo X and get ready to take on with hypercars to be on the mixed event. It's one Mitsubishi versus high performance hypercar. We'll be taking a good, excellent battle in the road to New Orleans. Let's go and take on 7 hypercars with only a single Lan Evo to take the challenge.
Fingers are crossed.
Kicking up from 0 to 200 miles per hour to be on the asphalt in the road. Very good. First place, here I come to be at New Orleans for a final destination at the finish line. Very good and excellent to have a Lan Evo X to be labeled as the 2014 model in the Crew 2. Clearly, however, this part of the vehicle was introduced in 2007 to be debuted in Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. But not to mention, because this part of the Lan Evo X is very popular before it becomes as the final edition in 2015 to be part in Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7, along with all kinds of 3 specific racing car class like Group 4, Group B, and Group 3. Along with its main rival, the Subaru Impreza, also to be part of it in the year 2008 to take on with the Lan Evo X. But a sports sedan version of the Impreza becomes a very good, excellent sports car to be putting up with a good set of racing modification to be part as a touring car. But not to mention because the Lan Evo X also to be labeled as a rally car to be part in Gran Turismo 5 Spec 2.0 update. But the car itself still remains popular. In 2007 was also to be produced. The nitro is good to go. Gonna have to stay on track. Gonna have to master this course after passing through with hypercars. We'll have to do some all-wheel drive power slide drifting technique, just like Drift Edition to be part in the game. But it is also to be labeled as a street race discipline to have a single Lan Evo X to be well challenging for having some good occasional challenges with any kinds of JDM cars. But there it is right there. The Pagani Huayra passes me. Gonna have to go kick it up.
Look out, suckers. We're in first place.
Alright. Gonna have to stay right in after leaving the road and going right back into the avenue. I know how you guys really think street racing can battle hypercars, just like any kinds of other racing games if you like to enjoy. But halfway there onto the 50% zone area to be climbing up towards 60%. Still gets a lot of good speed. Climbing up to go over exceed to be at the 5th gear. There you go, checkpoint clear. Now gonna have to move the next area to be passing through onto the highway. Time to beam them up. Right turn coming in. There you go. All-wheel drive makes a good right corner perfection to do the line. Okay, close call, but I should rather have to do a good early braking point later on. Alright, now gonna have to go right back in onto the road. Several residents are seeing some good racing action, but not yet far. Getting closer onto New Orleans, we'll have to make a final stop. Stay right in, checkpoint clear. Fourth gear is doing average to be giving a standby call until the nitro will be at full capacity. Four minutes and 15 seconds since the race began. There you go. Quick dodge, and now gonna have to take the final turn at the left. Full speed ahead, final stretch, here I come, and entered New Orleans, you guys. The Lan Evo X can actually take home the podium to be reached up onto the first summary activity complete. There you go, looks like first place have finally made it at last. Alright, let's see the outcome. Almost close enough, but it'll have to go over onto the follow-up catch-up. I'm so glad that the Lan Evo X that I just brought from the street racing headquarters is going to be a very good third choice after the 3000 GT and the Eclipse GSX. So, looks like this is going to be it, you guys. The final event in Season 9 on Mitsubishi Motors Addict is going to be finished. As you may ever notice about all kinds of Mitsubishi cars will be part of it to be in the Crew 2 for only 3 kinds of street racing vehicles, including one rally car to be part in the Rallycross event. So which kind of your cars do you like to choose to go with? Just make sure give the comments whenever you like to go with, because it's all about for having a Japanese manufacturer brands will have to do all-wheel drive events to be in the streets, and a third for only a single WRC05 in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. But there are no upcoming live summit event at this moment, you guys, so this is going to be the perfect time to go wrap this up until the next update is going to be Season 5 from Motorflix. In Episode 1, we'll be having some interesting stories to have American legends to go on for having a quest to find a good treasure, to have all kinds of different historic vehicles will be part of it as well. But I'm so glad to have a good exciting quest after Episode 1 and 2 of Motorflix Season 4, The Contractor. So I'll make sure this is going to be a very good ranking spot at the Platinum to be at 3,251st place in about 6 hours left before the event is over. Thank you for watching on my video in the Crew 2, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like Deviant Art, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.